Today's reaction is also sponsored by Dayquil, because, fuck, I need it.
We're out of Dayquil and NyQuil in my house, so I'm just kind of suffering.
Yeah, I went to Rite Aid, or my dad went to Rite Aid, I guess, and found the last one.
Shit. Sniffles must be going high.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I picked a bad time in my life to start reading The Stand.
So, okay, I obviously got two things spoiled for me.
Yeah. I haven't gotten I got no one spoiled anything for me aside from trying to like talk around the comments in vague terms.
Yeah, like in the comments they're like, oh, the reason why Cinder was affected gets explained in episode 12, and I'm like, okay, we couldn't have known that recording episode 11, so I don't know what you want from us.
But I didn't know that. I didn't see that one.
I got more than one person saying, hey, I won Rubingo because of episode 12, so...
Someone said, okay, there's one pretty good plot twist.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one really dumb reveal.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm just thinking, okay, so there's one pretty dumb plot twist, and there's one really dumb reveal.
Okay, all right.
That's how I took it. All right, so should we begin, gents?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, no, we need to sync. We keep forgetting to
Oh,
sync.
goddamn, we forgot. Okay, yeah.
Start goddamn clapping. Your Dayquil is fucking ruining us.
Okay, let's go. Sinking, sponsored by Dayquil.
Into episode 12. We're almost there. We're getting to the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
On the count of 3.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sean runs to Weiss. Everyone stands stock still. None of the bad guys.
Why is everyone standing still? The villains should be killing people.
Yeah, well, no.
They should have expected casualties.
Oh my god, do something!
do. Oh, he hit somebody!
Oh, bullshit! What the hell was
funny.
that?
Oh, fuck.
Why are they running to Ruby? Weiss has a hole in her!
Nobody cares about Weiss? I thought that should have been clear.
It's Ozpin. He's already reincarnated.
Okay, that's not how reincarnation works.
I'm making a call that Hazel was the brother of one of Ozpin's previous hosts.
Didn't they like confirm that in the preview? People were saying that like before Saturday. I think they actually confirmed that
really?
in the preview for the episode that came out on Wednesday.
Oh no. Why do people keep ripping their
That was
clothes
just
off?
ripping, like
What the fuck?
he just straight up stabbed himself with dust.
That's his thing.
Wait, it didn't like what?
Wow, that statue changed its like design. Not design, but like its weight in the scene.
Stop them!
They're sitting down unarmed.
All of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yang, do all the work.
You have to get through all of us.
You mean both of you? Oh, shut up.
Well, it's her semblance. They've been over this.
Yeah.
Talk to me. This is bad.
Thanks, Ren. Thanks.
Wait, is it gonna happen? Is this... I imagine this is a healing semblance. The thing we all called...
Oh, dear God.
This is not your fight. What does that mean?
You're going to die!
To think that evil was inside you when our paths first crossed.
Oh, hey, he actually thinks that Ozpin is evil. Sweet. Okay, so Crow pulled out his scythe for like 4 seconds,
Yeah, what the fuck?
and now he's back to the sword.
Reinhardt was Hazel's sister. She enrolled at Beacon Academy to become a huntress, and tragically lost her life on a trip.
Oh my god, I was right! Well, it's not your fault. A training mission. Bullshit happens.
It's not your fault. She's a huntress. She should have known better.
She made a choice.
He's got a point there.
For herself. So do I.
If this fucking
Oscar,
works...
I don't know if...
And you've chosen death.
I hope he dies.
Who, Oscar or Oscar?
Kill him now, Hazel.
Like, honestly, if that had worked, I would have been so pissed. I'm actually kind of pissed that it gave him pause, because, like, how would he not have considered that? Take her to a hospital.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's just her liver.
Dude, liver's a death sentence.
No, it isn't. It's one of the most resilient organs in the body.
No, the lung is.
It's the hardest organ liver in the galaxy, Morty. That's where the liver is?
No, they actually did it.
Oh, why
They
did it
actually
take
did it.
5 volumes to show us the thing we already kind of knew?
Yep, there it was. There it fucking was.
The first Maiden in, well, I'm not sure anyone knows how many years, is about to open a vault.
80. It's been 80 years, Cinder. Everyone knows that. They teach it in every school. Jesus Christ. Wait, is she being serious? The first in I don't know how many years to open a vault when the vaults have only existed for 80 years. How the what? What did she just say? Are they going back on that too?
I guess.
Like, that's a really important plot point that has been mentioned like once every season since volume 2. It's 80! It's 80, Cinder! You should know this!
Wait. She only faked going to school, Fat Man. She never actually went.
Are we actually gonna see what a relic is right now?
Raven, are you planning on double-crossing her? Kill her now. Kill her now.
Why? Why the mask?
Yeah, she needs to be Bane!
I swear to God, if the old man holds up next to fucking Crow.
I know, he couldn't even handle a
Crow
kid.
is also drunk, remember? Oh, wait,
Crow's always drunk.
I keep forgetting, that's just my abridged. I can't keep them separate anymore.
This is like Yoda taking on
Okay,
Dooku.
this is a good fight. This is a good fight.
Okay, it's not bad, yeah.
Well, it's a funny fight, all right? It's a funny fight.
Why doesn't Nora get involved? She can handle electricity.
Yeah, it's like,
Nora,
my God, she'd be perfect against this guy.
Yeah.
Nora gives less than a fuck.
Lesbians.
No, do not do that. not with Nora and Ruby.
No, she was calling for white.
Did John not realize his arms are glowing?
What? So did it actually?
Yeah, you know she went down the elevator.
It just gave her pause. Okay, I can see that. Ruby, step up, be a leader. I can forgive a lot.
Yeah,
Step up here, be a leader. Do some tactical shit.
Or just go home.
Oh, really?
Again?
That was a teleportation and a half right there.
Crew just went flying.
He could.
Whatever you're doing, don't stop.
What the fuck was that, Ruby? You dumb bitch.
No one's gonna touch
Oh,
Except you when you pull his hands away from Weiss's wound.
Make it happen, Ranger.
Ranger, really?
I'm angry.
Finally! Character growth! It's small, but it works.
Yes, being angry is the most character growth that she's ever had.
And it's the only one. It's as much as she'll ever get.
Yes.
Okay, this is pretty.
So this is what we blew our budget on.
Having fun?
Particle effects.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
No, it's not. You have to do it 4 times.
How does this work?
It's
well, no. Each main has to unlock a different one.
Okay, that's a good point.
Then I will walk into the vault.
Why do you need Cinder?
Because she doesn't want Raven to steal the relic. Remember, they've been over this. They weren't on screen together when they were discussing it, but that's never stopped Miles and Carrie before.
Jeez. The music actually sounds kind of nice right here.
I've heard so many stories about you.
She
Raven.
has?
They say you're a cunning leader.
Really?
That you're strong.
No, she's not.
That you're clever.
Nope.
Nobody has good reaction times to this fucking show.
Wait. Okay, so Cinder has something
Vernal
other
is
than
now
ice.
stabbed. So wait,
You didn't get the relic, you idiot! Wait till I open the fucking door. Oh, hello.
The door's not open yet.
Oh,
you're
that's her
really
arm.
counting on.
But you don't...
You're really counting on Vernal giving you the maiden powers when she dies, Cinder.
I don't think...
It's the Grim thing that absorbs the powers.
Well, what if she dies, early?
Can her body hold that much maiden power?
Raven, turn into a bird!
Where's the power?
Did she already die?
Find it. Because Vernal is...
Oh my fucking god!
I am.
What?
Are you kidding?
What? What?
Are you fucking
What? Where was the lightning? Where did the lightning come from? What? You see, in any other show, that would be impressive.
That's not a twist. That's the kind of bait and switch you'd see out of a Spanish soap opera.
What are we watching?
It really is.
What are we watching? Can someone tell me what we're watching?
Oh my god.
Have we died? Is this hell?
Honestly, at this point, it's more of a question of like whether or not, are they worse? Is it the fact that 50% of fan fiction is worse than them?
50?
Worse than they are worse than 50% of fan fiction otherwise.
Okay.
Because admittedly, here's the thing. They can at the very least string together coherent sentences.
No, they can't.
That's the 50% they're beating out.
They can't, though.
What?
When have they strung together coherent sentences?
No. I mean, like the words are actually.
You're talking about fan fiction.
Yeah, I'm talking about fan fiction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In 50% of fan fiction is written by people that don't know how to write English. These guys, the only thing they have going for them at this point is the fact that they can put English sentences together and they generally make sense as standalone sentences.
Hey guys.
Not in the context.
Hey guys.
What?
Where was Vernal's aura?
It doesn't even matter. It's not.
Is Vernal dead? Is she?
She looked pretty dead at the end there.
Hold on. I need to actually. What did Raven say at the very end there? Because I want.
You're not the maiden. I am.
She said that she was the maiden. She said that.
Yep.
Vernal's definitely not dead if Raven has always been the maiden.
You think?
Why else would they be so fucking retarded?
Because it's Miles and Carrie.
No. I mean, they have confirmed.
Yes.
That the maiden powers transfer to a new host when the maiden dies.
Yeah.
And it's the last person the maiden was thinking about.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, if they wanted Raven to have the maiden powers and kill Vernal, easy peasy, kill me pleasy, it would have been Raven gets the maiden powers after Vernal dies because Vernal was thinking about her when she died.
Right.
But the problem is...
If Raven was always the maiden, there's no way Vernal's dead. The only reason they would have Raven always have been the maiden is so that they could have their cake and eat it too. They could have Raven have the maiden powers, and they could have Vernal survive.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the difference between Weiss's fake out and Vernal's. Who the fuck is Vernal? Who's gonna care if Vernal dies?
Raven. That's it, apparently.
Vernal is probably Raven and Crow's daughter.
What?
No. Okay, in the last episode, Crow said, I thought we were family, and then Raven says, I don't think we ever were.
We're not family anymore.
Were we ever?
I don't think they're brothers and sister. Also, because, Raven also says, little brother,
but
even though they're twins. Which, I mean, it could be oh, yeah, Raven came out of my mom first.
Well, yeah, my sister lords that over her brother every chance she gets, so...
Wait, are you a twin?
No, my brother and sister are twins.
Oh.
I don't actually think that, because they lied about every other reason they went to Beacon.
So, do they just look like each other?
I don't even think they do. They both have red eyes. Like, that's it.
And black hair.
Team Stark is the most incestuous love nest you'd ever see out of a Hunter's teams.
It really is. It really is when you get down to the brass. Especially when you come down with the theory that Crow might be Ruby's father, which they say isn't true.
Yeah.
But at this point, who the fuck knows?
Oh, wait, hold on. Raven can't be the Maiden because Tai Yang definitively saw to that years ago.
What if Raven killed the Maiden who ran away 10 years ago, right?
See, that's the only way I can think this working, because, like, alright, let's, alright. Maiden ran away 10 years ago, ended up with Raven. They never explicitly said it was Vernal. But, like, who else would it have been? She was the only female that really, like, you saw.
Really? I mean, that makes sense. Like, they never mentioned Vernal actually being the student that ran away from Haven. They never mentioned... And Vernal does seem kind of young to be an ex-Haven student. When you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it also helps that no one ever saw, like, the only people who saw Vernal aside from Raven were Cinder's group, Weiss and Yang. Like, no one who would know ever saw her. So we couldn't get any confirmation from any reliable source that this was the Maiden.
You see, here's the thing. I thought something was kind of weird when they had Vernal demonstrate her power back in, like, episode, was it 9, I want to say?
9. Yeah, it was 9.
But the problem I have here is she actually demonstrated her power. So was it just Raven on the low key doing all that shit?
I think that's what it's implied.
Oh, so is that what the mask was for? To cover the fact that she has the Maiden powers?
Yeah, which would explain why she wore it through that entire boring long conversation.
But she glows blue with the power. She gets a DBZ power aura. Yeah, she's glowing blue around her mask.
If it was a fake, it's the one that's loaded with contradictions.
This is. It's one that's loaded with just confusion. It's not even like I can't tell what's intentional and what's not anymore.
No.
Actually, no, I can never tell what's intentional and what's not.
So Jean has a semblance finally.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oh, I mean, you can't even get angry at that. Everybody called it.
Yeah, but it's okay.
So his semblance is healing, but they said it has been named in the series before. Has it?
Yes.
It's been shown. They said it's been shown in the series before.
Jean has healed wounds on himself before.
It's true, he has.
Like back in Volume 1.
But the thing was, those were aura. Like the different. There's no differentiation between what is his healing and what is his aura healing.
Then again, though, we never saw anybody else really heal themselves via aura.
No one ever said aura healed wounds. No one ever said aura expedited the healing process.
Okay, question. Then why didn't Pura react to his wound healing?
She wanted the D.
And I think a good way to be like, holy shit, you can heal people. That is so totally hot. Take me here.
What? Okay, if Pura and Jean fucked,
we're in the forest. Look, don't worry. We can use leaves as toilet paper if we need to.
They're fucking. They're not taking shits. What kind of sex have you had?
It's for the cleanup. It's for the cleanup, you idiots.
Yeah, like what do you do?
There is some dripping afterwards.
Just as long as it's not poison ivy.
So if Pura and Jean fucked, would she be a virgin afterwards?
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, look, if it's John.
What's the extent of his healing power?
What?
Oh, jeez. like that's Claire from Heroes level shit right there.
Okay, so here's the question I wanted to ask you, Fatman, since I don't have it on hand. What is the episode's actual name?
The episode's actual name is The Vault of the Spring Maiden.
Why was that a spoiler?
Because we actually see the vault in this episode.
This one?
But I mean, like...
we didn't know that we would see the vault in this episode.
I mean...
We didn't know where the vault was. We didn't think the bad guys were dumb enough to attack the heroes in plain sight of the vault.
Because it's the only room in Haven other than his fucking study that they actually decided to model. The thing that it still galls me, why did they invite anyone there? They could have literally done this at any other time. And not only that, if they had done this, then they would have had Emerald, Mercury, Hazel, and Lionheart to back up fucking Cinder from this whole fucking plot twist with Raven.
They're not smart people.
No, they're not.
It's
just
still-
grab the relic and then kill everybody.
No, I'm not even talking about the characters. I'm talking about the writers. They're like, how can we pump more drama into this? And then Miles stands up, kicks the desk over, and yells, artificially! And then Carrie's like, please don't kick the desk over anymore. If I do this stupid writing thing, will you stop kicking the desk over? And then he sits down like, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
And on top of that, it's like, all right, I know how we do this, all right? All right? We need to pad it with fight scenes, but we don't actually show the fight scenes.
Yeah, I know. We focus on Lionheart watching the fight scene.
Okay, so can I just say they ruined Hazel?
You guys liked Hazel a lot.
Unfortunately, kinda. I mean, I don't have a problem with his backstory per se. I mean,
because any
it's cliche as hell.
Of thought going into it would tell you that she volunteered to be a huntsman, go training, and ended up dying during the training, because that happens when you're training to be a monster hunter.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, that happens all the time.
Hold on. So, this is the problem. This is like the whole problem that Hazel is demonstrating. Ozpin allows this to happen. He created these huntsman schools to force children to fight Grimm so that humanity would never have to evolve. Like, that's why Ozpin is the main bad guy of the series. He's like the anti-spirals in Gurren Lagann. He's like, no. If humanity evolves, that's gonna change the status quo, and then we're gonna have a whole new host of problems to deal with. So we just have to keep people dying. We just have to keep throwing kids. Throw kids. Just grab them, fucking pick them up over your head, and just huck them. And then if we do that enough, people will constantly be forced into this fuck, fight, throw mentality, and will never, ever evolve as a species. We'll still keep having the cable news scare people into fucking just to produce more kids that we can throw at the Grimm. Like, it's like a cycle. It's like, yeah, get them young, get them into combat school, get them out in the field, get them dead, get the people that aren't fit to fight fucking. It's alliterative, so you know it's evil.
But the thing is, we have no indication that, like... Then what's Salem's argument? Is Salem literally just doing this for the good of everyone?
Yes.
Or is she just evil McEvil?
I don't know.
Is there any good motives?
Yes.
Is there any good people involved in this?
No, this is something I've been arguing since volume fucking 2. I don't understand what these villains' motives are.
No, the villains' motives are pretty simple.
Take over the world?
No. Stop throwing children. Like... Everyone needs to fight. Everyone needs to stop being a victim of the Grimm. Humanity has to evolve past negativity so the Grimm stop being a threat. If you killed everyone who was feeling negative, eventually you'd have a society that was immune to the Grimm, and then you could stop
What
them.
if the Grimm evolved with them?
They wouldn't. The Grimm were created by the gods, so the Grimm are created, and then like humans.
The Grimm were created to hunt humans before humans were created.
Based on negativity, before humans were created. Shut up. This doesn't make sense. It's just what it is.
Batman, I'm telling you now that.
Oh my god.
That this entire thing. I think on a thematic point, you could be right. That could be what they're going for. It's not working. It is not working. It is crashing.
I understand the questions
because, like the motivation there. It's like she made the choice. Like, I don't understand how someone who has no real concept of the full scale of this shit. Like, okay, why Hazel seems to be like the most level-headed of all the antagonists. If he's genuinely against Ozpin, why hasn't he like just sat down and was like, all right, listen, I'm not gonna fight you guys. I'm going to explain our side of the story. You're going to sit there, and if Ozpin attacks him, Ozpin's going to look like the fucking villain.
Hazel did say that.
Yeah, Hazel
did say that last episode. He said, I don't want to fight you.
Well, he said he didn't want to fight Ren and Nora.
Yeah, he said, I don't want to fight you. And they said, well, we're gonna fight you if you're with them. And he was like, okay, I guess. Like, he didn't want to fight. He just wanted to play a little bit of Magic the Gathering. Like, that was his whole... He didn't know Ozpin was there. He's not a bad guy. He's just...
No, he seems like a decent dude.
He's just against Ozpin for throwing the children.
Yeah, and I mean, like, again, I have no real problem with what's driving Hazel, because, like, you know, as cliche it is, you know, family member dying, yeah, I can... That's enough to motivate somebody, I suppose. Like, I have seen worse come out of this show.
Woman in the fridge.
Yeah.
She has been stuffed so deep in the fridge, we didn't even get to see her.
Yeah, I know. It's Anita Sarkeesian was right all along.
About Miles and Carrie, she fucking was. Like I said, okay, I was boiling this down in the group chat, and, like, I was just thinking about it. They don't know how to write female characters.
They're pretty bad at that.
And that's the reason why the male characters typically seem so much more well-developed in comparison.
They do?
Yeah. Think about it. Yes. What I mean is, like, they're usually more... They have a more personable touch to them.
I mean, Weiss and Yang are the only characters they ever even tried to develop. What male characters have they tried to develop?
Crow. Crow, we've gotten to see some interesting gravitas from. John, they've definitely tried to develop.
I guess this
Oscar,
season...
they've tried to develop. Lionheart, they've tried to develop. Hazel, now they've tried to develop.
Ran had a whole thing last volume.
You're confusing a development with establishment.
Okay.
They're trying to establish personality traits about these characters. There's a difference.
What I mean is that, like, their establishment, like, is concrete. It's something less... Okay, for example, what is Ruby's motivation?
She wants to be like the heroes in the books.
That's a surface level motivation. That's not like a deep motivation.
No,
like we've never gotten down to what.
Because her mother, I would hope that would be a good enough reason.
But that's the thing, is we never get any kind of confirmation on that matter. In fact, I don't think Ruby has once talked about her mother, except for that one scene in Volume 3 at the very beginning where she talks to the grave.
Because she died when she was like 1 or 2.
Still, like, the fact of the matter is, apparently her mother was important to her enough that she goes visit the fucking gravestone and talks to it.
That's probably because like Ty used to do that. I don't know.
To use an example, last volume we had Ren's story.
See, that's the thing.
And we established, he's a kid from this village. His dad's a hunter or whatever. He has a loving family. We meet Nora. Whatever happened to her had already happened to get her to be this homeless, bum. We don't know what that was. Where are her parents? Why is she homeless?
Meanwhile, Crow is one of the more consistently written characters when it comes to at least the quality of his voice acting and the quality of his line delivery.
Writing doesn't have that much to do with that.
What? I know. The writing doesn't have too much to do with that, but the fact of the matter is, he can at least work with what he's getting.
Oh, it's Vic.
But then on top of that, you have Raven. Counterpoint, who is the least developed, is one of the least developed characters in this entire show, has terrible line delivery, has terrible lines in general. I'm thinking back to it, and like the bulk sum of lines are given to male characters. It just feels to me that there is a clear gender divide.
Oh, okay, the bulk sum of lines are given to Jean.
Yes. John is a key part of this. John is a key factor in this. That John gets way too much focus.
Yeah. They really love Jean. They really love Ozpin.
They love Crow.
They love Crow.
They love Vic.
They love Vic.
Crow has very little, because think about it. His, most important scene was, finding out that all of his huntsman friends were dead. Yeah. With which he could have just gone to the board to look at them before, scouting the town, which they, hardly even did. Yeah. It was a bunch of, still shots of him standing around.
Yeah, I'm still puzzling over why Raven chose the moment she did to try and betray Cinder. Like there was a point where they were walking off the platform, and I think Cinder walked ahead of her.
Cinder was ahead of her, the whole time on that walk.
Yeah, it's like, Raven, at any point, you could have just killed her. Just stab her in the back.
Yeah, it's like you could have waited for the door to open.
The door wouldn't have opened because Vernal's not the Spring Maiden, remember?
I know, but
Cinder could have waited for the door to open.
Yeah, Cinder could wait for the door to open, but she didn't. And now it's
But it wouldn't have opened. And then the jig would have been up.
Yeah, but this goes back to the whole thing I'm asking, because Cinder wants the Spring Maiden power. Can a human body hold that much Maiden power?
I don't think anyone knows.
But Cinder has a Grim Arm. So, I mean,
Yeah.
before she just had a bug.
It's been growing inside her. Is the bug the actual Maiden?
That's actually a good question.
Well, no, because she had to get the Fall Maiden power out of Amber.
But I mean, is the bug the thing absorbing it? Could Salem take that bug and put it in whoever?
It looks like she is, like, according to the concept, or it looks like she's one with the bug.
In the concept art at the end of this episode.
Yeah,
I walked away from the screen before I saw that concept.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! Look at that.
This was better than the last episode, but there was so much stupid. And I was right. It was one stupid reveal and one incredibly dumb reveal.
A few days ago, somebody was asking me on Twitter, like, what do you think Hazel's bit is in this? And I'm like, he probably lost a family member and holds it against Osmond. I pulled that completely out of my ass.
I still like my theory, like my idea better. Like the idea of, like, oh, fine, the Huntsman Academies. That's really kind of stupid because they're kind of part of the public consciousness at this point.
Yeah.
But if it was like Hazel's brother was the previous incarnation of Ozpin, it would actually bring some cool theming back around, because this is the first time that we're really seeing Oscar dealing with having Ozpin in his head, like at length. So like having it be like, my brother was taken over by that monster. And, like, have him question the morality of Ozpin being in a small child's body.
Which they need to do.
I think that Lionheart should have done that. Because he was like, you're not Ozpin yet. And I thought he was going to say, like, little kid, you need to fight that Ozpin because he's a bad guy.
Yeah, at no point does anybody do that.
But he's like, no, if I beat up a small child, Salem will give me cookies and milk. Like, it's like, this is dumb. Like, why can't they have...
Okay, Lionheart also is like, he's already reincarnated. It's like, okay, that's not how reincarnation works, but sure, we'll go with that.
It's whatever they do with Oz. I wonder how many...
Yeah.
I wonder... Because, okay, do you remember back in the terrible episode with Weiss and Yang talking to Raven? And Weiss is like...
Trying not to,
and Weiss is like, but Ozpin was the youngest headmaster appointed to a school.
One of the youngest headmasters to be appointed to a school.
And it's just like, how did Ozpin get appointed to a school if the King of Vale was the one who appointed all of the, like, the headmasters initially? Does Ozpin know who he's going to be reincarnated in before?
He probably vetted it.
It's not even reincarnation, it's just body hopping.
Yeah, well, they're calling it reincarnation, and I'm like...
I know, but, like, they're wrong.
Well, they're wrong about everything. they're listed as writers in the credits when they should be listed as shit fucking cunts. Like... I'm not gonna argue every little thing they're wrong about, okay?
Right,
Sometimes I'm just gonna use the word they use for the sake of clarity.
Okay, we've established that they can't count to 3, so I mean...
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Also, I mean, like, okay, I'm just going back to the fight and the fight compositions. Everyone can clearly see that this guy is running around punching people with lightning. Nora should be all over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really should.
The minute she gets in there, this guy's ended. It's over. It's over. Yeah. He just doesn't win. He cannot win.
Yeah, because of all the dust he could have injected into himself, he picked lightning.
Because, like the thing is, how do you take that out?
Yeah.
Like, you just stabbed fucking crystals into your arm, which, by the way, that has to fucking hurt. Probably. I'm not entirely sure how dust...
Okay, no, I know what's gonna happen in the next episode. He's gonna punch Nora. She's gonna get charged up. He's gonna, like, stab his legs with fire crystals and start kicking her. I'll bet that'll happen. Like, he's gonna... Like, when Nora joins the fight, and gets charged up with lightning, he's gonna be like... Oh shit, you have a semblance, and then he's gonna, like, stab his legs with other crystals and start kicking. And he's gonna be like Frieza in that one episode of Dragon Ball Z where his arms are just crossed and he's, like, kicking the shit out of Goku.
And kidney punch. Yeah, they rip off more of Team 4-Star, I'll get angry. Emerald really needs to die.
I'm getting kind of tired of Emerald, yeah.
Yeah, like I thought maybe she was redeemable, but she's really done nothing interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess.
Like,
Never.
I don't know.
Or not, at least not in a while.
She's a nice symbol.
I still hope that
That's
Cinder dies. The Raven's gonna kill Cinder. Yeah. And then Raven's gonna give the Maiden powers to Emerald. And Emerald's gonna be like, she really did love me. She chose me to carry on this power. And now I'm gonna do that.
And then she gets stabbed.
No, I kind of know, I think I know where they're taking this with Cinder. Because, I mean, they kind of ignored it last episode, which was a complete thing, but she has such a hate boner for RWBY.
Oh, no!
As I've been saying, yeah.
That when Cinder dies, she's going to be thinking about RWBY, like, in spite.
I'm gonna...
and that's how RWBY gets the Fall Maiden powers.
I'm gonna be happy if they do that. I hope they do that.
Why?
It would be fun.
I mean, yeah.
all right.
It wouldn't be terrible. Like, the worst thing that could happen is for one of them not to die. I think either Yang or RWBY or Emerald is going to be a new Maiden.
Yeah, I'm still flip-flopping on whether or not this Maiden reveal is a terrible plot twist or not.
It's not really a twist, it's just a bait and switch.
That's better than the thing I was going to say.
The more I'm going over it, it might have actually been well established.
Wait, explain that. Explain why you think it was well established.
Okay. She wears her helmet. Like, the only thing that might discredit it is the fact that she glowed blue when she's using her Maiden power, or whatever. Or she can just glow blue. But she used her helmet to block the fact that she was using her Maiden powers because your eyes light on fire. So when Vernal was demonstrating her power back at the encampment, it wasn't really Vernal, it was Raven the entire time, but no one could tell because she had the helmet on.
So then who the fuck was Vernal then? Just some bitch?
It's some kid.
Just some bitch she kept around?
She's effectively Raven's bodyguard.
Yes.
But I still also, when Raven was frozen, it's like, okay, so if you maintain consciousness in there, just turn into a bird. The ice won't shrink with you.
I mean, kudos for Cinder finally using a power that wasn't fire. For once.
How did she do that, though? I mean, like, does this,
Wait, does Raven have a tail?
What?
Does Raven have a tail?
No, why, no.
No, she has as a pin. It's a feather pin, never mind.
Yeah.
Like, when it was frozen, it was, like, curled up a little bit, and I'm just like...
No, she just has a freaky fucking demon arm.
RWBY's little moment of, like, going to support Yang...
Where she lifts Jean's hands off of Weiss's body!
And says
just keep doing what you're doing, man!
She was, bitch! Or he was!
Okay, stop doing this. Okay, she's dying. Keep doing it, I guess. Why did she do that?
Actually, it looked like the wound is completely healed. Why is he even continuing? I guess maybe internal damage. Maybe. I don't know. How do you know when you're done with that?
She gets up, I guess? I don't know.
You just feel it?
What if Weiss can no longer live without Jean constantly healing her?
What
if they're just stuck like...
Because I was watching, someone was doing like a medical x-ray on Weiss, like doing a thing. It pierced her liver, and a medical expert said that the liver is one of the most resilient organs in the human body, because it can actually...
No, I think I guess that's not the comment the person said the lung was.
No, it was the liver, let's see, liver resilient.
Well, having watched a lot of House back in the day, I remember whenever somebody would be like, oh, we need a liver biopsy to see if it's lupus, then everyone would always say, like, oh, liver biopsies run the risk of killing the person instantly.
Okay, the liver is very resilient and capable of regenerating itself. The liver can develop new cells, but prolonged alcohol misuse, drinking too much over many years, can reduce its ability to regenerate. This can result in serious permanent damage to your liver.
Yeah, I know that you can donate like a third of your liver, and that someone can survive with a third of a donated liver. Like... So I imagine that getting stabbed in the liver would be like, oh, well, okay,
it's the lungs that's the worrying part. If it hit her lungs, then I could see it being an issue. But I mean, like, I don't think it did. It was pretty low.
And that's why I thought it took out a kidney, because I thought it was right around the same place as that.
So yeah, the fight between Ozpin and
I will give them credit. They did establish that you can inject dust directly into your skin.
Hazel's just like Hazel went from being okay, they could really do some cool stuff with this character to being all right. He's all right.
He's revenge driven. Yeah,
he's there.
So right now, Watts is the only villain who's got like. He's like, okay.
He could have been like a cool kind of serene-based villain, but he doesn't seem to be that anymore. If he's revenge-based, he doesn't really... We have a lot of people flying into blind rages in this show, and I kind of get annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, and they still have the fucking Blake and Adam subplot to fulfill.
Fuck, yeah, that's gotta be next episode. There's no way that can't be next episode.
No, what if Blake doesn't get here till the very end of the volume?
What if Blake doesn't get here at all?
What if it's like the
What if they change? What if they like cut to the like her ship, her on the ship, and then it hits the Titanic, and then it's the Titanic, and it hits the iceberg, and then you got like Sun and Ilya on the boat doing the King of the World thing.
Jesus Christ!
And no, what if that was the whole last episode?
Don't sink my
the whole last
ship.
Episode. No, the whole last episode is just the Titanic, where Sun is Jack and Blake is Kate and Ilya is Fabrizio.
Oh no!
What if they just do?
Fabrizio gets
what if they
by
just?
The thing?
What if they just do the entire the entire last episode is a full 3-hour shot for shot recreation of the Titanic?
This is like a RWBY crack right now.
Don't ruin my ship, which is apparently called Shock the Monkey. That is a lame ship name, good sir.
That's an innuendo if I ever heard one.
Yeah, I was hoping for RWBY to step, but we actually see a minuscule amount of character development for RWBY. Minuscule.
Oh, she's gonna get.
And it's stated out loud.
Yes, that's how you know it was character development. They stated it directly for the camera.
I'm angry. She said in a completely neutral voice.
I'm angry too, but for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, not thankfully. I kind of like being angry at this point, but I'm not quite as angry as I was last week.
No.
This episode was better.
It was okay
because I actually saw some fun fights.
Yeah,
it was an improvement over last week's episode, but then again, I could have died, and it would have been an improvement over last week's episode.
I'm not as angry at this one.
I think most of our detectors would probably agree with that statement, Fat Man.
Yeah. Yes. There was a lot of stupid this episode, though. A lot of stupid.
It was stupid, but it was like fun stupid, like in Volume 1. It wasn't like kill me. I've had enough of this Mortal Coil stupid like last week's episode.
Yeah. And we still got 2 more weeks.
Oh my god.
We still got 2 more weeks.
Oh my god. Hey, the more I'm watching this, the more I'm realizing you could have literally cut out like 2 or 3 episodes from the middle of this volume and nothing would have changed.
You probably could have cut out 6 episodes from the middle of this volume.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Like, did we honestly need any scene in between Raven and any other character before the reveal? Like, okay, Crow was like, you have the Spring Maiden, and she's like, I'm not telling you, and then that would have been a good enough build-up for this, like, end scene. Every scene with Raven was awful, this volume.
Yeah.
Like, Raven was the worst part of this volume by far.
Oh yeah, Raven's been terrible this volume.
And now she's a Spring Maiden.
Yeah.
Do you think, okay, so we have 2 very popular, at least aesthetically, characters in the show about to duke it out. Full-scale Spring Maiden versus Fall Maiden. Who do you think is going to win, if there's a winner?
Oh, I think if there's a winner is the real because there's no reason for there to be a winner. Miles and Carrie have never ever done anything.
No.
Why start now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this would be the point where they try and insert some kind of shock drama. Like they did it with Weiss already. Why not try and up that?
And I think they're trying to do it here, but the problem...
Think about it. They have to have something shocking at the end of each episode. So maybe Cinder manages to steal the power. Okay, Cinder manages to steal the power from Raven, knocks Raven out, and walks into the vault. But doesn't kill Raven because that would be smart.
But wait, no, because she steal the power without killing her? Because Amber had to die for Cinder to get all the power.
Right, but the writers don't remember that.
No. Okay.
I don't think they want to kill off Raven. I get that feeling. Then again,
they didn't even want her in Volume 2, so, who knows?
I didn't see any death flags around her, which means that itself is the biggest death flag of all.
Yeah.
Because we established last time, it's the people that really don't have death flags that end up having death flags.
Yeah.
Because Vernal, I didn't see having a death flag until later. But
not like a blatant one. I mean,
Vernal has the opposite of a death flag. If they really wanted to, they could have killed her and then said, "Oh, the Maiden." She's like, "Where's the power?" And Maiden's like, "Vernal was thinking about me. Ha! I am the Maiden now." Yeah. They could have done that so easily.
So. A+ for wasting another Funimation actress. Raven kind of threw Vernal away there. Because she had to have known how that was going to play out.
So she's a disposable woman.
Basically. Like, she went down into the vault with Cinder, knowing full well that there was a very good chance that something was going to go wrong, or someone's going to backfire. So, like, Vernal really was kind of just, thrown under the bus there. I don't know if Vernal knew that, but
this thing is so fucking stupid. Everything about this is fucking stupid.
Nobody's moving during the fight scene.
Yeah.
He just bitch slaps Lionheart. I do like that.
I liked that as this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's like Oscar, this little 14-year-old kid, is the only person with the peace of mind to actually attack the bad guy.
Also, Hazel, if you need to inject dust into yourself, why do you have sleeves that cover that up?
All right, to cover up the track marks?
Why do you need to rip off your fucking shirt for that?
To cover up the track marks so people can't see that's what he does.
But he only tears off the jacket, which doesn't cover any of that shit. And the black... The black undershirt he wears is still covering those track marks.
Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he tear off
I said,
it doesn't cover any.
I don't know. Why did Kira rip his shirt off? Why does everybody keep ripping their clothes off? Why does everybody keep ripping their clothes off?
Do they just want to show they can rip fabric in this new shader style?
He did. Oh my god. His jacket covers everything that his undershirt covers. Why did he rip it off? Oh my god, that's so fucking dumb.
Crow didn't land after getting launched 70 feet in the fucking air. Like, did he ever come down? Or is he still flying? Is it gonna be like that situation where he's gonna come back in through the wall and knock someone out? It's like, did you just get hit? Or
he's gonna hit Neo.
Like, did he hit you around the world? Actually, I'm pretty sure I saw the sun rise and set twice, so it might have been a few more times than that.
That was a stupid big teleportation that he was swinging down, and then when he actually makes contact with Crow, he's coming up from the side.
Yeah. Also, Crow had his scythe out at one point, but then he put it away.
Yeah. It was like, oh, everybody needs to see the scythe, but then Carrie was like, remember, the scythe is a very stupid weapon.
Yeah, God damn it! What Crow's weapon makes me angry on a lot of different levels. It's so poorly designed.
Yeah, I remember the one time that he had it out in scythe form, he used it like a sword.
Yeah, I remember. The first time it transformed into a scythe, I'm like, dude, I've seen Vic Mignogna turn into a better scythe than the one he's currently wielding.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so Hazel shifts
Jesus Christ
3 times during the course of that punch going to Crow. The first time, he's coming down with his right fist on Oscar. Then Crow jumps in front of him, and he somehow shifts his whole body weight to be his left fist coming down. He started on his right, then when Crow passes in front of him, he switched to his left.
He started on the right.
And then when the cut happens, he comes up from
god!
below.
He jump cuts while on camera! Oh my god. Max! I'm so sorry.
Max!
There's a jump cut on camera. It's not even a cut. It's just a jump. He starts on the right. It does not cut angles, and then he's using his left. And then he, like, rotates 45 degrees so that he's coming up from the bottom. What? What is that? What? What are we looking at?
Oh my god.
It didn't cut! The camera doesn't cut that time! It's right, and then it's left, and then it's up.
Also, can I say that RWBY has no weight when holding Crescent Rose? But like when she's holding it behind her back, do you remember how she used to hold it in the red trailer? It like in the red trailer, it looked like it was fucking heavy, it had weight, and like this, oh my god, it's not even touching the ground. She is holding that whole thing with one arm.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has no weight on her body.
When you say something like remember the red trailer, you should say like remember when this show was animated by someone who knew how to animate.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this is what they miss. There is no weight to Crescent Rose. That is important. Crescent Rose was established to be a fucking heavy weapon. John couldn't hold it. RWBY is shown like having like it has significant weight to it.
She needs the recoil of the sniper rifle to be able to propel herself forward with it.
And the reason why it had less weight in the red trailer is because it was on the ground. It was resting on the ground.
I mean, it's a 50 cal. Of course it's gonna be heavy.
Like, that's less weight than holding it with one fucking arm, like a fucking boss, with, like, completely weightless. Like, has RWBY been benching? Is that what we have not been seeing on screen? Has RWBY just been fucking benching this entire time?
You know some fan in the comments is gonna say that. Like, it's a show, it's proof that RWBY's grown as a character.
No! No! No!
She's growing more buff.
She went from small to swole.
So for the record, I just want this record to reflect, this is the, third time now where a clearly antagonistic character has been walking in front of a protagonist, and I have said constantly in my head, stab her, stab him, stab her, stab him, kill him, big threat, do it now, there's no penalty.
Except Aura, remember? That thing that only affects, prolonging fight scenes?
That thing that only exists when the story wants it to.
I know, Seriously,
how many times in this...
They had to go back on that so hard.
So does Aura not protect the... how is this Grim thing piercing Vernal? Vernal's aura is still intact. I don't think we saw it flash during the last fight, did we? Because Weiss didn't get a hit in.
She didn't activate it. You remember the excuse they gave for why their story is fucking stupid? Raven said don't use your powers. I guess she thought that meant aura.
You really expect me to believe that Raven didn't tell her bodyguard to activate her goddamn aura? We're going out of our way to make Vernal as even more useless in the story already intended her to be.
Oh no, we're doing it. They are.
No, I know, but we're what am I saying here?
Okay, I want to at least end this off on one note.
Whatever.
The vault looks very pretty. Yeah. It is an incredibly pretty aesthetic and design.
It does look very pretty.
So thank you, whoever built the vault. You're absolved of all sins for this episode. Don't know about the future episodes. Like, if you design that weird fucking corridor in Blake's house. But, I mean... if you're the same person, I'll be surprised. But, right now, you're okay. You're okay.
So I'm watching this on the site, and I'm looking... The first comment I see is, my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
My disappointment is extremely measurable. You can calculate it by, I don't know.
Bye-bye, everybody.
It's my disappointment is measurable, but it's not worth measuring. So, has anybody else seen Bright?